Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for video game news. It is January 12th, 2021, and these are the top stories of the day. To kick things off, look at this beautiful artwork of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This obviously came to us this morning following the presentation that was about 2 minutes long, showing off just nothing but awesome gameplay footage from the game coming out on Nintendo Switch February 12th. And geez, just look at this. This paints the picture of an epic boss battle, you know? I was saying it live in this morning's reaction video that I had Bryson and Brooke, my son and daughter, respectively, join me for, that, I just got like King Kong versus Godzilla vibes. And nice too, because, May 21st this year, finally we're getting Godzilla versus Kong, the new film. And when we had Bowser at the end of this trailer go super big and attack Mario and wreak havoc on the land with his just atomic fire breath, and Mario going super big in his ultimate cat suit, it was just awesome. Now, this is such a cool piece of art that I would love to have it as a background for my phone case, t-shirt, steel print photo printed onto my wall or something like that, t-shirt, whatever. Oh, I'm in love with this look. This is cool. This is one of the coolest looks of Bowser to date, in my opinion. It kind of captures and modernizes what he looked like as a final boss in Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island for the SNES back in the day. It's just great. The trailer showed us a lot of cool things. Mario running around in a higher visual fidelity environment than was in Super Mario 3D World. Obviously, this was made from the ground up on Nintendo Switch hardware, so it does look better. The engine, I wouldn't even say if it's necessarily the same as the rest of the original game, which is also getting ported over and improved, because this game's visual style seemed a little bit different, kind of a cross between 3D World and Super Mario Odyssey. Certainly the camera work was more in-depth, more circular, kind of like the bigger 3D Mario games, which give you greater control of the camera. But it looked like a lot of fun. Cat Mario was there. Plenty of actual cats were also in the video. Lots of nice action. Bowser Jr. popping up frequently in the video. And it makes me wonder, could this be a two-player mode like Mario and Cappy was in Super Mario Odyssey? Or is this something that's just a CPU-only situation where, one player plays Mario and Bowser Jr. hops in, whether you access him by hitting a certain icon or just at random points in stages and so forth. What we don't know is, in Bowser's Fury, will you be able to have 4 players running around at once like the base game? We didn't see that in the trailer. We don't know how long this Bowser's Fury section is. It looks like it's one giant world, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are compartments within it. It certainly looks bigger than probably what a lot of us thought it would be. Hopefully it's a good, 6 hours of gameplay out of it. I was saying earlier that, in another piece of promotional art where they're advertising Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, it's got this almost 2/3 split. And it would be kind of poetic and very fitting, if you want to look at it from that perspective, if that kind of represented how much content you're getting in this game. Like 2/3 of this overall package is the original 3D World and 1/3 is Bowser's Fury. That would be a lot of extra game, and the fact that it's $60 total is a steal. To anyone that doesn't have Super Mario 3D World on Wii U, you are in for a treat here. It's a great game. You're getting the 4-player fun of the original, plus the ability to play online, and what looks like a really cool new, section in Bowser's Fury. Now, if you are someone who had the original like me, my wife and I, we 100%ed it back in the day, I think this is plenty incentive to get Bowser's Fury. I would pay, without knowing how much content exactly is in it, I like it so much that I'd say I'd pay $60 for it. Now, it might be very short. It could be like 3 hours worth of fun and exploration. Would I pay $60 just for a 3 hour Mario experience? There are some other games out there that only give you a few hours, but they're highly replayable. So, yeah, I would pay $60 if it was just 3 hours worth of content, because I'm sure I could find ways how to, you know, go for faster run times, 100% it, try to get every coin, try to get every little bit of whatever, look for nooks and crannies. If it's a multiplayer component, that adds further value and so forth. But if I had a guess, I'm going to say it's more than 3 hours worth of gameplay and story combined and replayability. So I think 6 is on the safe side based off of what? Just based off of the environment and knowing that, previous Mario games, they usually give you a lot. So I don't think this is just a little DLC-like add-on. I'd be willing to bet that it's on the side of it being a more robust experience than that being, kind of insignificant. But regardless, we'll find out very soon. It comes out February 12th. I have high hopes. It looks a lot of fun, and this artwork is beautiful. If you look at the lightning even and check it out, it almost looks like it could be a cat there. It almost looks like it could be a cat here. I might be stretching, but when you take a peek at certain ears going on of how cats look like and certain parts of their neck, and the fact that Nintendo is very clever when it comes to art, it could be a rough outline of a cat here or of a cat here. I know that part of the image is not necessarily popping up entirely in the photo, but you might be able to see some of what I'm talking about if I scroll up. So here we go. Let's give that a shot. So I'm seeing what vaguely resembles a cat. You might not see it at all, but from a side perspective, perhaps if you tilt your head a bit. This one, probably more so. You can see, right? Cat ears, head, boom, coming down, neck and body. Now if I zoom out, it makes a little more sense. Then again, you can't see the whole image necessarily at once. If you zoom in, you kind of get my gist, but whether it's intentional or not, I don't know. I'm just stoked. Anyways, moving on, because that was a lot of talk about this game, but honestly, it's one of the most hyped things of today. But moving on. Another Super Mario Brothers related thing to celebrate today. Nintendo showed off a brand new Nintendo Switch design. Now, this is not a Nintendo Switch successor like Nintendo Switch 2 or a Nintendo Switch Plus model. No, this is the regular Nintendo Switch that we've come to know and love for the last couple of years. This is the, revamped, stronger battery, better battery model. But still, it's that Switch. And for the first time, it's got a completely different colored dock, more so than the Animal Crossing one, because this is just one static color, like a reprint of the black one. And the black one has had a few different elements added to it over the years, different stamps, like for Pokemon, for instance. But this is just pure red. And the Nintendo Switch itself is red all around. Of course, the screen is black and the border, the bezel, is black. It comes with the Joy-Con holder, and that's kind of cool. It's got a nice blue to it, Mario's overalls. The Joy-Cons themselves are a slick-looking red that match the Nintendo Switch. That's going to be a hot-looking item. That's going to be eye-catching when you're out there playing this in the world, hopefully when the world gets back to a little bit more normal, more healthy of a situation. It's going to be pretty eye-catching. You got the clips on here that are blue. Comes with a nice-looking case that's red and blue. Yellow, of course, for Mario's overalls. Got yellow dots right here. Clip the Joy-Cons in place. Very nice. This reminds me of the Puma style Super Mario 64 shoes, that pair that came out in the summer. A couple of different angles to look at here. Yeah, looks nice. And then there's the front and the back, and that's how it looks like when you combine things together. And, this coming out February 12th, alongside Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, is just the right time, because you have a little bit of that holiday money starting to wear off, where people, didn't necessarily buy or get a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, for Hanukkah, for Kwanzaa, any of the holiday festivity time frame. But they got some money, some gift cards, and they might be buying some extra consoles, some extra games, trying to get something new for the post-holiday season. So as that begins to trickle off mid-January, come early to mid-February, you're getting a brand new designed console that some people are going to double dip in. Some people are going to say, that's the one for me. That looks hot. I want the newest something out there. And of course, this new Mario game. And that's going to last until mid-March, end of March. What's end of March? 26th. Monster Hunter Rise. Another huge game that's going to be that feather in the cap to end the fiscal quarter and end the fiscal year as we go into that next section of April 1st through June 30th. So I expect some big Nintendo Switch hardware sales for this upcoming quarter, the one that we're in now, and some great sales all around, not just for the system, but for Mario and other Nintendo games that are those evergreen titles that are definitely going to benefit. And moving on anyhow, one final shot, looks nice. You can see it's got black for the kickstand. That's fine to differentiate it. And here, going away from Nintendo news and going into Xbox territory, technically Xbox territory because it is Bethesda, which Microsoft acquired. And I'm wearing my Xbox shirt today for a reason. This is pretty big. I'll play it and talk, and I actually did watch it earlier, and it is pretty cool. But I'll let it roll for a bit. Lucasfilm Games, Indiana Jones, hat, and whip, and that's it. Right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was it. It's very short. This was Bethesda's way of announcing today that they're making a brand new Indiana Jones game. That's really cool. This came out of nowhere. It's a nice surprise to get. I'm a big fan of the Indiana Jones films with Harrison Ford. I am looking forward to the upcoming Indiana Jones movie. I thought the Shia LaBeouf one from 2008 was still a fun ride as well. I enjoy the ride at Disneyland, speaking of rides. And I think gaming technology and the horsepower behind the machines that allow creators to bring their ideas to life, and for that matter, the creativity behind the games, because the realization that your concepts that can become bigger and bigger in gaming. We're at a point in an industry where, you take an established movie or a film franchise and try to adapt it into a game now, you're going to get something that's probably capable of rivaling the best film from that franchise or eclipsing the film, because you could do so much in gaming and have pure control over everything involved. I have high hopes. We don't know anything else. I'm just hyped because I like Indiana Jones, so naturally I hope this is a solid game. What will it be? Will it be a third-person action-adventure title? The original Tomb Raider Lara Croft, the original Nathan Drake Uncharted? Indiana Jones is the one that started that kind of gave inspiration for those characters, And here's the man himself that began it all in a brand new game like that. Will it be an entirely new story? Will it be one of the old films brought to life, a combination of them? If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably a new take, a new story, something that happens back in the day, not necessarily modern times, but maybe between 1 and 3 of the original trilogy. Hard to say. We don't really know much, but I'm excited. Let me know what you think. What do you hope this Indiana Jones title is? Do you want it to be a first-person shooter? Do you want it to be a third-person adventure? Let me know. And finally, this came online today, which is exciting. This is some test footage, roughly half a minute long, of a pitched and denied Crash Bandicoot cartoon that we would have been able to watch on streaming devices. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of wild. But it's Crash Bandicoot. And it's kind of too bad that this didn't get to come out, because I think that if this came out on streaming devices and on services, if this was an Amazon Prime Video, for instance, exclusive cartoon, or if it got pitched around and wound up on Netflix or anywhere really that had this would be a fun cartoon series to watch, you know? It's too bad that it didn't come out, but could it come out? Could we see something of it in some capacity come out eventually? Possibly. But let me know, would you have liked to watch a brand new Crash Bandicoot cartoon series? Because I personally would. I thought it looked neat from this half a minute, and I'd be a fan enough. I mean, I'm a fan enough, I should say, that I would watch this if it came out. At least give it a try, you know. And that's almost going to do it for video game news today, but I've got one more thing. Ah, yes. Now, if you watched this morning's Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury reaction video that I did with my son and daughter, you would notice that Bryson, my son, he was already wearing his Super Mario 35th Anniversary t-shirt. I got him the black t-shirt with the main logo across the chest, but for myself, I got the Super Mario 64 t-shirt, and I think it's really cool. I'm going to unbox it right now. It comes in a box that looks very much like the original Super Mario 64 box that this awesome game was released for back in 1996. And here you see, it says 1985 to 2020, History of Super Mario Brothers. Open it up. So it's a little unboxing video. And here we have the shirt. Nothing else inside. Now, it was kind of tough to decide which one should I get, because I like Super Mario 3D, or sorry, I like 3D World too, but I like Super Mario World, I like Super Mario 64, 1, 2, and 3. Later on, they released Sunshine and Galaxy. Any of them were good choices, but Super Mario 64 was just about the most impactful game of my life as a kid. It was such a big moment for 13-year-old me to witness, and so I had to get the Super Mario 64 shirt. Could I get the other ones later on? Possibly, but for now, this is going to do. It's got that nice 35th anniversary patch below. Cool Mario flying with his wing cap. And I think on the back, yes, it says Super Mario Brothers 35th, and it's got the little warp pipe right there. So you'll probably be seeing me wear this shirt in an upcoming video of mine on a Video Game News Day, because it's nice. And it's got a cool light blue color to it, which not too many of my shirts are of this kind of light blue. In fact, this is probably the only one that's truly of this color, but I do have a couple other light blue shirts. But anyhow, let me know. What do you think of this shirt? Did you buy any Super Mario 35th Anniversary shirts yourself? What do you think of Indiana Jones? What do you think of that awesome Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury footage that we got this morning? The artwork, the Nintendo Switch. Are you going to get it? Do you already have one? Were you holding out? Does red float your boat? All right, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. This is Paul Gale Network signing out. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you next time for more video game news. Take it easy. Bye.